Good morning, good Wednesday morning to you. And remember, this is Keep This in Mind, brought to you by SpectHealth.com. And it is Wednesday. Are you ready to quit? I know that's an interesting question, but are you really ready to quit? Are you ready to quit on your goals and your journey? Because from my experience as a coach, I have seen a lot of people begin a health journey or other journey on a Monday, and by Wednesday, it's getting real. It's getting real because the shiny has started to wear off, the excitement of brand new has started to wear off, and now it's becoming work. It's becoming a journey. And so many times, people don't give themselves enough time to develop habits. You see, life happens, something gets in the way, something planned or unplanned. An old habit begins to rear itself up and really begin to take the forefront of your mind. And let's be honest, everything starts up here before it gets out here or wherever, whether it's an action or a reaction. Whatever we start thinking about or what begins to enter our mind about where we are or what we have done, or we start justifying. We start saying, well, that was crazy, or well, that was not for me, or just a whole host. And again, as a health coach, I know this in the health world all too well. But it happens in all other areas. Whether you're going to the gym, it's about that third day where those muscles are really sore and they're really barking at you. It's there's so many reasons to quit on Wednesday. But I want to give you some very practical steps that you can take to get through Wednesday and the next day and the next day. Number one, remember why you did this. Remember why you were so excited, or at the very least, so motivated to take on this journey. It's a broad brush, obviously, because the people who watch this live or recording or podcast may or may not be on a health journey, but you did set a goal at some point. It might not have been this week, might not have been this month, might not have been this year, but at some point you have determined within your heart to accomplish something, only to let it slip away. So I want to encourage you, when Wednesday comes, begin to think about why you're doing it. Why are you doing it? Are you doing it because somebody asked you to? That may not be a strong enough why. Are you doing it because if you don't do it, something catastrophic could happen? As motivating as that is, can I tell you, friends, that may not be enough to keep you going. So let me encourage you to think about something that you can work towards, something that you want to become, the type of person you want to be, the type of health, income, knowledge, habits. What kind of individual do you want to be? Begin to revisit that and get it really clear in your head, because when things get tough, you will do the hard things. I know as a parent and actually as a husband, let's go the husband route right now. So my wife just recently had surgery, and thank y'all for your prayers and concern. And she needs me now. She needs me. And when I go to help her, I may not be in the mood to do it. I may not want to do it. I may have other plans to do it. But you know what? Her need right now takes priority over those things because I love her. And so I have to get real clear on that, because sometimes the irritation level can go up because it is an inconvenience, because it is interruptive, but then I focus on, this is what love looks like. So you need to find your why. You need to really, really get clear on that. Number two, celebrate where you are today. If this is just your third day in on a new journey or headed towards a new goal, you are 72 hours in, 72 hours different than you were on Monday. If it's been something that's been ongoing, think about how far you have come, and that this progress that you have made, even though there's been bumps in the road, even though there's been hiccups, even though there's been setbacks, you are still moving forward in the process. So celebrate that. And number 3, and this is the biggie, love the journey, not just the moments. As somebody who has worked out time and time again, I will tell you there is never a moment, okay? There's never a moment that I enjoy going to the gym. In fact, I'm not going right now. So I'm talking to me here, folks. There's never a moment that I like going to the gym. There's never a moment that I like pushing weights. There is never a moment I like sweating. But can I tell you the totality of that journey over time? I like it when my body is stronger. I like it when my mind is clearer. I like it when I feel better because of those things. You know, if it's a financial journey, you may not like in the moment when you have to say no to a want now. But then when you've taken those finances that you could have spent in the moment and saved them or invested them, and they're producing a return over the totality. It's the journey. It's not the moment. Moments come and go, but a journey lasts a long time. So don't forget about that. Remember who you are becoming. I have a mentor that often says, partner with your future self. Have you ever done that? Have you ever thought, okay, if I lost this weight, or oh, if I had this money, or oh, who would I be then? And then just kind of imagine yourself talking to that person, and they would say, would they tell you that it's worth it? Would they tell you that it was all easy, smooth sailing? No, they would tell you there are difficulties. In fact, I would venture to tell you that they would say there were days that they really wanted to quit. But for some reason they kept going, and they're so glad they did. These are the things you need to remember on a Wednesday. Because you see, if you get through Wednesday, Thursday's just around the corner. If you get through today, tomorrow's just around the corner. If you stay the course, you will enter the next phase. But you have to get through today first. You have to remember that why. Remember, I believe that health matters more today than any time in our history. And because of that belief, I want to help people, and that's why we started SpectHealth.com. Because I believe that if you start with your nutrition and you get that in check and you start seeing the results, you want to take on other areas, and then you start showing up as the very best version of yourself. And that is the goal for all of us, is to be the very best human beings we can be. So I just want to encourage you today, do what it takes to get through Wednesday. Refocus, rethink, remember why you started. Just wanted to remind everyone that the book Old Dogs, New Tricks is in the final stages. I think I showed you this yesterday, but I'll show it to you again today. Here is the proof copy of the book going through the final edits. We will be getting it out there. We will launch it right here on live. And I'm just really excited to bring this work to you because I believe that this will make a big difference in your life. Remember, it's not just knowledge that's power. It's applied knowledge. Put action to it. Applied knowledge is power. God bless.